Snapper, what's going on? Good kick. Did you see that kick, babe?
No, but please delete glass snaps.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. But doesn't my hand look so big?
What is it?
Yeah.
What's the name of this song? Don't Shazam it. Let me know. One swipe up, you get a prize. Why isn't it playing? Ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Is anyone in the universe going to know the name of this song?
Definitely.
I don't
Many
think-
people.
I don't think anyone's going to get it. It's ridiculous.
better
I've
get
never
it.
heard the song.
You
Snapchat, good morning. What's going on? We're doing a little question of the day today. It will involve a pen and a pad. This is one I get quite a lot. Question of the day. Teach me how to make enough to buy a Lamborghini. This question comes in so often, but I was in a really inspired state yesterday when it came through, so I actually answered the guy properly. And the first thing I said to this guy was, what are you good at? What are your skills? What do you love doing? It's not a mistake or an accident that that's the first thing I say, because that's your starting point. That's always where you start. Get it down. If you're interested in knowing the secret, get it down. What are you good at? What do you love doing? And what would you love to master? This particular individual said he's very, very good at communicating, he's very approachable, and he's interested in sales and marketing. So you get the things out on paper, you expand upon them, you do a vast list, and you think creatively of how you could put these together to package up a product or a service or an idea and give to people and help people. If you're good at communicating and you're good at sales and marketing, then you need to get in front of people and communicate with them every single day. Do a Snapchat, start a Snapchat feed if you have to, golly gosh. And then you teach sales and marketing or talk about sales and marketing. You express what you're good at. You express your mastery. You express what you love doing. And if you really love doing it, you'll be very enthusiastic and people will approach you and you elegantly communicate what you want, money, in terms of what they want, sales and marketing results, and you give them something that can help. You package something up for them. And you charge them in fair exchange and you give them something for money and you provide value. And if you give them enough value, they'll love your service, they'll tell their friends, and you will grow a business in that way. Another iteration of this is you could be very good at communicating and you could be encouraging people to communicate better. You could be giving away tips and tricks and hacks on how to communicate better to your relationships, which is a strategy to take your relationships to the next level. It could be in business, it could be on the internet. You could teach people how to communicate better. If you're a good speaker, teach people to speak with tonality and enthusiasm. Or if that's boring as hell and uninspiring to you, repackage communication. You could focus on relationships. You could make a thing that says how to live with a girlfriend and not murder each other after fucking 2 years. People want to murder each other after 2 years, and there's a problem there. Where there's a problem, there's a solution. If you've got the solution, if you've got the skill and you're inspired to help people with that, that's your product. Start there. Now, back to the goal setting process. Step 2 is price it up. We're talking about how to get a Lamborghini, right? Price it up. Go to the dealership, find out how much it costs for you. If you don't know the price of it, if you don't know the repayments, if you don't know the insurance, if you don't know the specific running costs and how much it's going to cost you, you haven't considered having it yet. It's just a fantasy. Step 3, get real. What that means is a lot of people get the price, which might be, in America, it's very cheap, right, to have a Lambo. It might be $1,000 a week. And some people then aren't really serious about the goal setting. They just get this number in their head and they think, well, if I can just make $1,000 a week, I've got the... That's not real. You need to get real. If it costs $1,000, you're going to need to make more than $1,000 to actually buy a freaking car, right? Oh my golly gosh, what's going on out here, Magpie? Excuse me, mate. Psst. General round number rule of thumb is price multiplied by 10. You got a 10x it. If it costs $1,000 a week, you don't want to be spending more than 10% of your income on the damn thing. By the way, if you are in Australia and you get molested on car pricing, it'll cost a little bit more than that, right? I just use a round number because most of you guys are American. So if this ends up being $1,000 a week and you 10x it, you want to make $10,000 a week before you justify getting the car. So you want to write down step 4, 3 streams for $10K a week. I suggest at least 3 streams of income before you go and buy something as foolish as a car. It's not a good investment. So you want at least 3 non-correlated streams of income. Now, these particular ratios here for the 10K a week is a combination of Pareto's principle, which is the 80-20 rule, and the golden ratio, which is 61.8%. So often your ratios will approximate something similar to this. You may or may not do that intentionally, but it so often ends up like this. You'll have a core product offering, which is the majority of your income. Then you'll have smaller levels of income. So by planning it out like this ahead of time, it actually gives you a little bit more clarity. So you have the 6,000 coming in a week from your core product offering, and then you have a 2.5 here and 1.5 here. That's 10,000 a week. You can buy the car. So far in point one, we figured out what you love doing, what you're good at, what your skills at, what you love to master. You wrote down the thing and you did an elaborate thing here, and you come up with a problem and solution and a core product offering. Step 2, you priced it up. You keep your eye on the prize. Let me show you something that I did real quick. On my computer, I have a software called Text Expander. It saves me time because I think fast and I need things to happen fast. I go into my Chrome here and I type LAMBO. It automatically populates this. I press enter and look at this. Instantaneously gives me a list of all the Lamborghinis for sale in Australia, ordered by price, high to low. This is what I do. I used to look at this every single day. If you're serious about getting something, dead serious, you know the price. You know the price and you look at it every day, you look for opportunities, you expand your awareness. You gotta be real about it. So you've done the price, you've multiplied it by 10 because you've agreed not to spend more than 10% of your income on something that's so foolish as a car. Less percent is even better. And then you do the 3 streams with the ratios and you can do the math. This gives you the platform to do the math. If you haven't done the math, again, you're probably not that serious. How do you make the 6K per week from your product? You might have a $100 product, you need 60 sales per week, and there's your $6,000. And if you have a 10% conversion rate on those 60 sales, you'll need to reach 600 people, get in front of 600 people. And in order to get in front of 600 people to do some sales, you might only get a 5% click rate, which means you need 12,000 impressions per week. You need to impress upon 12,000 people. These are loose, round numbers that I've come up with, right? But you got the idea. And you see how much clarity this can bring about your financial life. Keep going down. Get the pen, use a whole pad if you have to. This is the foundation of your master plan. This is what I do with coaching clients. We do master planning and we figure this out. What does that mean? Well, on one Snapchat story, I might reach 5,000 people. That means 2 times a week I'm going to do a Snapchat story. There's my 10,000 people. Then I'm going to do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You do what you got to do. And if that sounds hard and you're sort of clouded over and you don't want to do it, then you've messed up step 1. If you're good at it and you really love doing it and you would really, truly love to master it, this will be fun. I don't have time to do it all here now, but go as deep as you need to with this. Plan out every single step until at the end of it, you have a 7-day, Monday through Sunday game plan of exactly how you're going to reach the 12,000 people, exactly how you're going to approximate this 5% click rate, exactly how you're going to expand and split test until you get the 10% conversions. And if you do it and you plan it and you act and you keep bloody going, you'll get the 60 sales, you charge $100, you get the 6,000 a week. Beautiful. First product done. Second one. Repeat what you did there. And you keep doing it until you have a plan for exactly how you're going to do the 10K a week. If you want something, you price it up, you get real, you do the math. Please remember this. Maybe write this down. A lack of certainty stems from a lack of planning. If you don't plan, then you won't have certainty. But when you plan, when you take the time to do the math and do the numbers and do the contingencies and do the risks and do the fears and break through your fear and break through everything, expand your awareness, you will become present with the goal. You will have clarity with the goal. It will feel like you've already got it. It will feel like a sure thing. You've experienced that in the past when you're so certain you will get it. Also remember that there's a massive big difference between infatuating with a goal and having certainty for a goal. Most people are completely enamored with this, I want the car and the house and the life. The more that you want something and the more that you desire something, the more that you infatuate with something, the more that you're pushing it away. You're vibrating on, I want this one day. Then in the future, manifest the energy of, I want this someday. And you'll spend your whole life wanting. You've seen the people, they end up in their 50s and 60s, they want this and they want that, because they're vibrating on, I want this. The people who actually get the thing, the people who manifest it, are the people who believe that they already have it. Believe that they got the plan that they're so certain about, that they know that they know that they know that it's going to pop up. Going back to the initial question, if you screenshotted it, go and read it again and see what the guy said after that. I asked him what he was good at. He answered the question really well. He answered it very well, but then he started to immediately dissociate from his skills. The things that he just said he's good at and he loves doing, he didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to know what trading platform I used. It's the trading platform that's going to get him the Lambo, right? Fuck. This happens a lot. Please go and read it because it could be enlightening. By the way, for non-traders here, the trading platform is a bit of software. The software itself has very little impact on your results. But please take notice of the language pattern because it's very common and I'm sure some of you maybe have been doing it as well. You dissociate from your own skills and you look for the stupidest little things, software, indicators, The tiniest little non-important components because you think that someone else has a secret that you don't. You think that someone else has something that you don't. Start with point 1. What do you love? What are you good at? What are your skills? What would you love to master? If he had said trading and investing, different story. But to go and sacrifice really what you have already proven that you love, just because you're infatuated with some results of some people on social media, you will have a hard life.